Good morning, virtual learners. Today in class, my kids are just going to go over, this is kind of like a review before the review, together with their table group. So they won't be moving around, but they'll be talking to people next to them. So I don't mind if you guys ask your parents for help on this, but I'm going to run through this so you kind of get a better understanding of what's expected. So in your practice and problem book, which is the red book, like even the back cover is all red, you're going to tear out page 87. So you're going to be responsible for page 87 and page 88 because yes, you were doing the front and back. So if you haven't noticed, I am very routine. I like to go through each lesson in the book. All right, so today's is called Read, Write, and Compare 4-digit numbers. So number one, let's just look at this. It says, tell whether each statement is true or false. So there's not a ton of room for work, but I don't mind if you do work all the way around where there's empty space, even over the picture. That doesn't bug me. You're going to go through using your notes from the other day to help you answer these. So it says the expanded form is 8,000 plus 10 plus 9. And your directions say, write true or false for the number 8,019. So just so you know how to do this, just so we're clear, you make sure that there's an 8 in the thousands place. That is true. It looks like there's no hundreds in this expanded form. There's no hundreds here. There's a 0, so that's true. There's a 10 here, which means there's only one 10, and that's true because there's a 1 in the tens place. And it looks like there's 9 ones, and there's 9 ones here. So you would just go like this. You would just put a check mark in true. All I ask is, since you will be turning this in on Friday with your work for me, all I ask is that if you accidentally make a mark in false, for instance, that you erase it as best as you can and mark true. If you notice that it hasn't erased well, please just cross it out and circle the one you want. You're going to do that for B and C. Remember our place value so far we've reviewed in class are ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So number 2 just asks, what is another way to show 2 ones, 13 hundreds, and 6 tens? So I'm going to grab something. We talked about regrouping in class just a tiny bit, and I want to make sure that you understand what this is asking. So just give me 1 sec. I'm going to pull 2 ones. So there's my 2 ones, like they say in the story problem. And then it says 1,300. So that's going to look funny. I'm going to try to do this the best I can. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need 5 more. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1,300. And it says 6 tens. So I'm going to grab 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I can't really zoom out. Let me try to move my camera just a tiny bit, guys. Okay, so what's another way to write this? So the first thing I'm going to do is write that I have, I'm going to regroup. So we know that, oops, I'm sorry, this is kind of hard to do right here. We know that there are 10 tens in 1,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 10 of these out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I am going to switch that for 1,000 base 10 blocks. So you have this. Now this is why this problem is tricky. They regroup. So I'm going to do that so you have a better idea of how to find the answers for this problem. So there are 300s. I'm going to leave them there. So right now, what I see in front of me is 1,000, comma. I see 300, so I'm going to write a 3 here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens, and I have 1, 2 ones. So I'm going to look to see if I have that answer over here anywhere, and I do, because it says circle all that apply. So that means there's probably going to be more than one answer. So I'm going to circle D. We said 1,362. I'm going to circle C. Let's see, 1,000, there's 1 there, 300s, 62, so B. A doesn't work because of the thousands place. So what I'm going to do for you guys is have you answer this part. So Simon chose A as his correct answer. So the person who's doing this problem at home chose this. How did he get his answer? So you have to guess how he found his answer, but you want to make sure that you're making a really good guess. So you want to think about this and this in these places. You might even want to think, in the directions it says 2 1. So do you think maybe he thought right away he saw 2 1s and he thought 2000, since that's how we read a number first, is by the largest place? I don't know. But you want to write a complete sentence here. So Mrs. Q is going to move on to number 3. Okay, so now it says which comparisons are true. So we're talking about greater than, that's a greater than symbol, or less than. What we want to do, and since it says circle all that applies, there's more than one answer that's correct. What I said in class, and what was kind of probably hard for you to understand yesterday, is I like our students to flapjack stack our numbers. So we're going to look at A first. This worksheet says 3,479 is greater than, because the bigger sides open first, 3,579. So what I tell the kids to do here is stack the numbers, and I'm going to make sure that I'm writing these correctly, and I'm stacking them right on top of each other so the numbers align. And I go through and from the biggest place value, and I make sure that this is true. So they're saying this top number is greater than that, it's bigger. So when I compare places, I see there's 300s and 300s. Those digits are the same, so I can cross them out. I can't compare them. Now I notice that there's a 4 here, and that's a 5. 5 is definitely larger than 4. So this doesn't work. So I know that this number is larger, but it says this number is larger, so this is false. So I don't do anything to it. Now for me, you can cross this out so you know that we don't need that answer. Now on a computer, if you were taking a test, like a big state test or a diagnostic test, there's actually a tool that you can cross out the problem until you're done so you don't accidentally put that as an answer, but that's later in the year. Okay, on the back, it says, what does this model show? Fill in the chart, then fill in the blanks to write the number in expanded form and standard form. So you're going to do that here. Now, don't get tricked. If there's nothing in that place value, a 0 would go here. So I'm going to leave this one for you. You're going to tell me how many thousands you see, how many hundreds you see, how many tens you see, and how many ones. You literally just write the digit. There's only one digit that goes in each box. Here's where you expand them. So for instance, there's only 1,000, so I would write 1,000, and here I would write 1,000. Please don't forget your commas. Standard form is exactly how you read a normal number. Number 5, it says read the clues. What is the number? The number has 36 ones. So this is going to be tricky. This has regrouping again. You can draw pictures. If I wrote 36 and you knew this equals 36 ones, look at how many ones there are and how many tens there are. That will help you figure this out. I'll have you try that one on your own as like a bonus one. And then number 6, is the number greater than 8,702? Choose yes or no. So to do this, we'll just look at A. You just stack your numbers. So you take the number they give you, 8,720, and you look at the number in your directions and you stack it below. So 8,702. Do the same thing. I'm looking at thousands place. I can't compare these digits. They're the same. Go to the hundreds. They're the same. If you go to the tens, I have a 2 here. This is the number they gave you. They want to know, is that number greater than this? Yes, it is. So I check yes. You're going to do that for the rest of the remaining B, C, and D. That is your work today. If you have questions on this, then I want you to hop in during our live time. Other than that, you do not have a live session today. I will keep my laptop open on the back table, so I will hear you pop in if you do show up. Other than that, you do not have a live session today. So I hope this helped you figure some things out, or helps on your worksheet later when you're doing it on your own, okay? Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.